three. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's about 4 seconds. Afternoon. Can you hear me just fine? I'm going. Don't worry. I'm still working on that. I was kind of tied down for a couple of things, so don't worry. Best chance it'll probably be up sometime, maybe tomorrow, I'd say. Either like early tomorrow, like maybe like around 10ish, or definitely after 5, so don't worry. I haven't forgotten. Hey, what's up, Super Game? How you doing? Yeah, Chillax, I heard they're doing it. I think that's nice. I think that's a nice little Spider-Man project I'd check out. I think the animated films are pretty decent. Well, if I remember correctly, I wrote it down. Yeah. I know I typed it down somewhere. It was like top 5 like game endings. I think that was it. Which I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Don't worry. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Marcus. I'll be honest. The sniper war versus quiet matchup is already halfway done, and there was another matchup I had. I commented this in that video. The next matchup was originally going to be Alex Mercer versus Delson, but I figured, you know what, that match is too good to do a short version of that, because that's something I would really prefer to do in the long format. But since the viewership has been like the worst it's ever been, I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna bust my ass for like a month to make a long video for barely anyone to get to see it. So that's really why I switched to the Sniper Wolf one. However, I am sure that when I get to the finale matchup between the two factions, that one will be long, just because you can't really tell that one in a short period of time. So that's what switched it up. Well, will you be watching the Nicolas Cage Spider-Man? Yeah, sure, I don't mind. Yeah, that could be interesting. We've only seen like a few photos of it, but you know, hopefully get a trailer. What are your thoughts on Bad Company? It was okay, but again, I only played it once, and that was a very long time ago. Do you think Neo versus Wesker would work? No, Neo would just destroy Wesker. I mean, Wesker's fast, but Neo's fast enough to not only dodge bullets but freeze them. He's practically a god in the Matrix. So, yeah, I don't think Wesker's gonna do much. Like, Wesker really is just really to his core, outside of the tough exterior, Wesker really is nothing more but an agent. And Neo throws agents around like teddy bears. So no, I think Neo would have no problems dealing with Wesker. What's my second job? I'm working at another arcade. Luckily, we're past the worst of it, because the kids are going back into school, so things are quieting down. But yeah, it's another arcade job. Who would win, Master Chief or Commander Shepard? Master Chief. I'm sorry, but no. No. Commander Shepard, not on his own. He definitely looks better when he's got his team with him. That's when Shepard's at his best. You're playing Red Dead 2. Okay, well, you have fun. I didn't really like Red Dead 2, and I only played Grand Theft Auto 5 once. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a 10. Okay, that's fine. I only played it once, and it was okay. I mean, I'll probably do the same thing with 6. I'll play that game once, review it, and then I'll move on. I don't see that as a game I feel like playing like for a long time. Yeah, it is a stomp matchup, as if you were to put Jake Miller versus Ethan Winters, probably. Describe Mind's Eye in 2 words: unfinished. An unfinished mess. I couldn't even finish it. That's a first. I've never encountered a game that had a bug so bad it literally stopped me from moving forward in the game. That was a first. So, I mean, easily the worst game that's come out this year, and it's not even close. Have I played Darksider games? I think I've played the first one, but I know I've not played the second one. I don't think I think yeah, pretty sure I played the first one. Okay. I didn't ask Marcus. I mean, I didn't ask. I didn't ask. I mean, Ethan's not really, he's not really a trained professional. He's just a guy who can handle himself in a fight. No, unfortunately, no. I mean, at this point, I've given up on trying to play Indiana Jones. But Gears comes out. Maybe I'll be able to finish Gears this time around. I couldn't finish it when I owned my Xbox. So maybe this time playing it on PlayStation, I'll be a little bit more driven to beat it. So that's about it, really. I know Ghost comes out in October, so. Have I seen the video called Ant Hill or Ant Canada? No, Black Wolf, I've never heard of that video. He's a stereotypical horror movie protagonist. I mean, I guess. Gears 3 is GOAT of Gears. I mean, I wouldn't know. I've only played the first one. What's the best game I've played for me so far this year? Gotta be honest, it probably, up to this point, is probably Death Stranding. It's kind of interesting, because I went into this year with, like, Doom being my most anticipated game, and then when I was done, it was really, really good, but it was slightly disappointing. Still really good. And then but with Death Stranding, I didn't think too much of it, and it ended up being, like, a far better game. Like, I mean, it did exactly what a sequel was supposed to do, because I was like, okay, I'm not going to give Kojima any free points this time. He's going to have to earn every point he gets. And yeah, the problems that I did have with the first game were absolutely fixed. I thought the story was great, the performances were great, the gameplay was vastly improved. And even though the core gameplay itself wasn't fun in terms of the whole delivering packaging things, they added so many extra things around it that I did have a lot of fun doing things. So yeah. So I would say so far, I think Death Stranding was probably the best game I've played this year so far. I mean, so much so that I'm making plans to go to VGA this year. I think it'd be funny. I gotta admit, I think it would be funny if Kojima won Game of the Year and Konami was there. That would be like the biggest middle finger to Konami. It's like, Konami, you released a remake of my work, and yet it wasn't a better game than a game that I created. I mean, that's all Konami has. Is they're just gonna they're remaking and butchering Kojima's work and then putting out Metal Gear Delta. And if that competes against Death Stranding for Game of the Year, and Death Stranding 2 wins, I mean, wouldn't that be like the biggest middle finger to Konami, saying y'all screwed up. I mean that, like, I for that I would have to go to VGA. I would have to witness that in person because what Konami did was just so wrong, and there's history with that. Do I think Ghost Rider could take on the Justice Lords? Yeah, I mean, obviously, just use Pennant staring off, and what the fuck are they gonna do? Your most anticipated game is Borderlands 4. Have fun with that. I'm not really a Borderlands fan. Your mom is considering destroying your copy of Mad World, even though you're 28. Why the hell would she want to destroy another grown man's stuff? I mean, I don't think she can do that, so... Remember, the debut of Resident Evil 7 was so great, disgraceful. I'm glad you never played it. I mean, look, I understand. People said it was a good thing because it went back to its horror roots, but like, I flat out just don't want to play Resident Evil as a first-person shooter. That was my issue with it. Do you own a copy of What the? What kind of question is that? I just reviewed the damn game. I have it here somewhere. It's right here. There you go. Death Stranding 2. Of course I own a copy. Are you going to play Claire Obscure Expedition 33? I've never heard of that game. I hope they fix the cast of Borderlands 4 and remove Ava altogether. I don't know who that is, Black Wolf, but I'll take your word for it. You're going to play Metal Gear Solid Delta? Heck, you have fun with it. Heck, I'm going to MGS Con later this year, and I'm sure a lot of people there are excited. So, heck, they can have fun. And welcome to the stream, Zach. I'm doing fine. Hope you're doing well. Your mom is super squeamish towards violence. I'm sorry, this ain't the 70s where it was all peace and love. I mean, STDs were all over the goddamn place. People didn't even use condoms. You want to talk about peace and love? I mean, STDs were going wild here. Why is it in a Metal Gear? Why is it in a Mortal Kombat Steam book? Because I put it. Why? Because okay. I keep 2 copies of I keep 2 copies of Mortal Kombat. I have 2 Mortal Kombat games. One of the boxes was destroyed. So I would put that in here alongside this one. So whenever I play Mortal Kombat, which is what I've been playing, I just took that one out, put it in here. I mean, Death Stranding's box is over there somewhere, but I was just too lazy to grab it. I just like, I got it here, I got an extra space, just put it there, and then when I'm done with Mortal Kombat, just take that and put it back in. So Brian, think Wesker could lose to Injustice? Yeah, what the? Wesker against Batgirl, of course. What the hell? Zach, here's the problem with these type of questions. You're taking someone who's used to dealing with lower people. When you throw him into another world with practically gods, they don't mean anything. Like Sephiroth, like, let's take another game an example. Sephiroth is the most powerful and most skilled swordsman in Final Fantasy. Maybe in terms of power scaling, he's not the most powerful magic user in Final Fantasy, but within the confounds of Final Fantasy VII, he is the GOAT. But throw his ass in most AAA franchises, and his ass is getting smoked. You throw him in Devil May Cry, he's dead. You throw him in Kingdom Hearts, he's dead. You put him in a number of other Final Fantasy games, his ass is getting steamrolled. So when you want to put Wesker into another franchise, especially one with practical gods, what the hell is he going to do against Superman or Supergirl or even Batman? Batman can kick Darkseid's ass here. I mean, these people deal with superpowered beings. Some guy with enhanced skin, super strength, and slightly super reflexes, that is nothing. If Batman can deal with someone like the Flash, he's not going to have an issue with Wesker. And he doesn't have to kill Wesker. He simply has to neutralize him. And Batman can do that with very little effort. Without prep time. Oh my god, if they remake 7, I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack. I'm not even joking. They do not need to touch that game. Oh my god. 7 was bad enough, and I've never even played that game. Oh my god. I think they've missed their chance to try to remake 10. I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll do it. I feel pretty good about that because there was some hint that they might be thinking about remaking 9. But I think they canceled those plans. So I think I'm pretty good. What if Metallo was fitting with Nexum in the form of kryptonite? Black Wolf, I'm the wrong person. I have no idea even how to answer that question. Death Stranding 2 in 2 words. Vast improvement. That's 2 words. Have I played Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball's game? You know what? I'm pretty sure I have. And 100%, I'm pretty sure I platinumed that sucker. That definitely came out in that period of time on the PlayStation 3 when I was renting just all kinds of random games and just trophy hunting like crazy. So I'm 100% positive that is definitely something I platinumed. Yeah, if Sephiroth fought Dr. Fate, yeah, it's a yawn. Like, yeah. You take Sephiroth out of Final Fantasy VII, there's the number of people that could take dog him is long. What could Bruce do is nothing like he has some anti-bow spell. Is Death Stranding 2 a masterpiece? No, I don't think it's a masterpiece, but I do think it is a much, much better game. And it's the type of game where I would say if you weren't a fan of the first one, I wouldn't highly recommend you play the second one, but I think you would probably have a better time with the second game and understand it better than the first game. I don't know if it would be enough to draw people who weren't a fan of Death Stranding 1, but I will say it is a much better game in every department than the first game. That's not up for debate. And because of that, that is, in my opinion, a must-own title. Masterpiece wouldn't go that far. Still have a few problems that hold it back. You rented Hannah Montana. Yes, I did. That's not a joke question, Commander. That's not a joke question. I've told everyone the story of why I rented Hannah Montana. You know the story. That's not a joke. Hey, had to make a delivery. Sorry I'm late. And no worries. Death Stranding 2 is not a masterpiece. I've only seen the trailers and it looks like it is to me. It's not. I don't know. No, it is not. I tell you, I think it's an absolutely fantastic game. Again, it's much better than the first. But would I go and say it's a masterpiece? I personally wouldn't. Would I say it's a top 5 best Kojima game? Yes. Do I think it's better than most Metal Gears? Yes. Do I think it could compete with some of the heavy hitters? No. Do I put it on the level of like a 3 or a 4 or a 1? No. But like on the top 5 favorite Kojima games, it's probably number 4. I think King in Black Venom would decimate most Injustice characters. Maybe. Marcus, I hope that Resident Evil 9 would be better than the stupid Ethan Winters arc. I don't know. I'm still on the fence of if I even want to play that one. Ever heard of Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Masterpiece? No, Wing Zero, I've never heard of that card, Masterpiece. I'd rather see Zoid's Wild video game than get a Switch 2. Well, I'm not going to get a Switch 2. I'm perfectly happy with my Switch 1, so yeah, I guess I'm in the same boat. Then what is a masterpiece? Metal Gear Solid 3, well, Wing Zero, obviously I think that's a masterpiece because it's my favorite video game of all time. So obviously I consider that a masterpiece, as well as all the other top 10 games, and that's a very small list. I think they would have to bring in Yellow Umbrella if Resident Evil 9 does the kind of thing. I don't know. But anything's happened. Who knows what Capcom is cooking these days. see. Brian, when does Death Stranding 2 become addictive? I wouldn't say it becomes addictive, but I wouldn't go as far as say addictive because I haven't played it in like a week or two, so I wouldn't say it's addictive. But where I think it becomes a thing is that you get this sense that what you're doing is actually going to help other players. For example, like it wouldn't be. I don't know exactly. I mean, I don't think it's a little inconsistent with the whole system sharing system. But the idea that I can build or construct a structure that I know is going to help players in my area, and then I get all the thanks for it, and that increases my credibility. Like that sense is where I think some of the positivity comes from. Like what you're doing is actually helping other players. Like leaving these bunch of weapons you know is going to help them, and you'll get a notification when it does. So like if I leave like 4 rocket launchers near a boss fight area, which I do a lot of times, like maybe like a few days later I'll get a notification getting a thumbs up from someone who picked up that equipment and it helped them beat a boss. Like that's a good feeling. That's something you could get drawn into, but I wouldn't say it's addicting. And greetings, Gordon. Do you like the Batman and Beyond animated series? Yeah, with Terry McGinnis? Yeah, absolutely. I know there was like semi discussions that they might want to do a Batman's Beyond like animated movie in the style of like Into the Spider-Verse that got canned, but yeah, I like Batman Beyond. Well, we are going to be playing as an FBI agent who is actually the daughter of a Raccoon City survivors. Is that what they said? Because we don't know too much. I mean, there's rumors that Leon's in there, which I hope to God he's not. Like, leave the legacy characters alone. We don't need them. We don't need them. Death Stranding 2 appears to be bred between Breath of the Wild and Metal Gear Solid 5. No. No, I would not. I would not put it in that department. Especially not Metal Gear Solid 5. Absolutely not. If it's true, it would be an interesting perspective. I hope that this takes place during Resident Evil 2 and 3 and not after 8. Well, it's obviously going to take place after 8. Obviously. The new God of War wasn't for me. It appears very Souls-like. Well, man, I understand that. Kind of. I mean, but they took it in a much different direction, which I thought was fine with. I mean, it certainly had the better story. I mean, that's not up for debate, and for me, story is everything. But I enjoyed it. Looking forward to MGS Con 3. Yeah, I'm already going. I already got the place picked. I'm going to be going to Universal Studios with a very special friend and spend some time with her the day before Universal Studios and have a great time. And then I'll be going to more MGS Con. There might be plans for me to do something extra there, but I still got to figure something out. But other than that, yeah, I'm excited. It's already sold out apparently, so you can't even buy tickets for it anymore. It's sold out. It's from one of the survivors of Resident Evil Outbreak. That's what I heard, and a lot of people don't talk about that. You want Alan Wake 3? Gordon, there's a very good chance with how Alan Wake 2 that you will get an Alan Wake 3. I definitely how it ended. They certainly left it open for a third game. And reputation wise it did pretty well. I wouldn't mind getting Resident Evil Outbreak File number 3 back then. I don't think they'd go that far. Oh, that's perfectly fine, Gordon. Don't worry. I gotta say, you guys are a quiet bunch today. Meow. Ever heard of new types in Gundam lore? No. It's been a long time since I've seen anything. I've interacted with anything Gundam like. It's been a long time. Meow, the cat woke up. I didn't know you had a cat. What's going on with wrestling these days? Not much. I mean, SummerSlam was... I'd say it was mostly good. That's about it. Blackwolf, you think a replica of... I don't even know what that's from. Blackwolf, I don't even know what that's from. I have a feeling Metal Gear Delta will get bomb reviews. I don't think it'll get bomb reviews. I'm sure it'll get good reviews, but like I know personally I would not like I wouldn't like it as much as the original. I already know that. Was Wukong hard? It got to the point where put it like this. It just got to the point where the story wasn't good enough for me to deal with the frustration. I mean, I think I got through a good amount of the game. I played enough of it that I was like, okay, I could stop here, but like the story is like kind of whatever, but it's not good enough for me to want to do how frustrating it's getting. But I'm pretty sure I got pretty far in there. I stopped. I think I quit after like 20, 30 hours. I did a video about it. Black Wolf, I don't know what that is. Kamen Rider Saber, I don't know what that is. Is that anime? Have Mortal Kombat villains? You like Shang Tsung? What's the question, Gordon? Do I have Mortal Kombat villains? In what way? What do you mean? Have Mortal Kombat villains? I don't get it. I think you're missing a word or two. What Mortal Kombat villains do I like? Well, that's tough. Shang Tsung, I mean, he seems kind of boring. Shao Kahn, he's a pretty good villain. Shinnok, has his moments. I certainly think Quan Chi is a lot cooler than Shang Tsung. But it's tough to know exactly who's definitively evil and who's not. It's tough. What's a film you hate that everyone loves? Probably Spider-Man. That last one. But I didn't even watch it because I knew it was just going to shit all over my Spider-Man. So it's just like, I don't need to see this bullshit. And they're already giving Spider-Boy another fucking film. So I'm not even interested. I'm already pissed off enough as it is. So, yeah. How would I rate Hicks as a villain? Well, he's entertaining. I don't think I could rate him because I mean he's just entertaining. His motives are very one dimensional, but like how he presents himself is what makes him so memorable. So I'm not sure I could give him a definitive rating. I never understood why Shang Tsung looks so young later. Thoughts on Mortal Kombat 4? Well, because he can do that. I mean, he can make a dude. He's a shapeshifter. He can change his appearance to whatever he wants. Like his standard form is that of an old man. Like that's his real form, but he can make himself look young whenever he wants. It's what he takes on whatever form he chooses. So that's why he looks young. Quan Chi's evil. Well, obviously. Kamen Raiden Saber was a show about a writer becoming a sword wielder superhero to fight a warlock called Storius to save a fantasy realm. That reminds me of something else, but yeah. Is Tron Legacy in my top 5? No. What the hell? Absolutely not. Top 25 films? Tron Legacy? No. I mean, I like Tron Legacy, but like top 10 to 25? Absolutely not. You prefer to call it Miles Spin? Okay. Was Otacon a true villain? I don't think so. I don't think, like, there's nothing that he does that symbolizes that he did it for anything but his own reasons. But I wouldn't say he was evil. Can Shang Tsung transform into Cher? I'm sure if he sucked her soul, he could. That's how he works. He can only change into people whose soul or parts of souls he's absorbed. So, looking forward to Mortal Kombat 2 movie? Oh, sure, of course. Do I hate Blade Trinity? I don't hate it, but it's definitely the worst of the main 3 Blade movies. But that was the case for a lot of trilogies during that period. I mean, look at Spider-Man. First one was great. Second one was better. Third one was the worst. Not a bad movie, but definitely the worst. X-Men. X-Men 1 was good. X-Men 2 was better. X-Men The Last Stand kind of fell off. Same thing with Blade. A lot of movies did that. So, I mean, I don't think Blade Trinity's an awful film, but is it the worst of the 3? Sure, and that happens a lot. Heck, even The Dark Knight falls into that department. Give your soul to me for eternity. I don't think I can do a computer screen. Ocelot's own reasons, weren't they Big Boss's reasons? Well, not exactly. I think he was, I don't know, he's a little, Ocelot's complex. That's the best way I could describe it. Like, he more or less was, the best way I could describe it was he believed in what Big Boss was fighting for. And so, at first, you could say he was perhaps a little bit selfish as a younger man, but as he got older, he became to kind of admire what Big Boss stood for and what he fought for. But again, Ocelot's a very complex character. Probably the most complex. Ethan Winters is basically Spider-Boy. Sure. I mean, I don't have a problem with Ethan Winters, really, but to be fair, I've only played Resident Evil 8 and beaten it once, and I don't really feel the need to ever play that game again, so. And I own that, too, so that's what's even weird. I found it silly Kano became bald. What? Kano's never... What? Kano's never been bald. I mean, unless you're talking about like an alternate costume, but I can't recall a time where he was ever, bald. I can't recall that happening. Kano became bald in Mortal Kombat 3. That's like an alternate costume. I mean, okay. But a lot of characters, that's not a big change. And the fact that And the fact that a game from 1995 would bother you is weird. Like, that's Mortal Kombat 3. And that's like such an old. That's such an old look for Kano. Yeah, that came out like in like 19, like almost 20, over 12, 20 years ago. That bothers you? People are freaking out about Jade being bald, but like I kind of like they've kind of hinted at why she's bald, and like now that I like did it kind of like stun me for a little bit? Yeah, but once I was told why she is bald, then I understood. It made sense. I was like, okay, that's actually an interesting direction to take that character. As for why she looks that way, I mean, most people don't understand why. They're just freaking out. But like, the movie does explain it, or at least the leaks that I was told from the movies explain it. And once I was told, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Great performance. You hate Liu Kang. You hate the Chosen One? Well, shame on you. I don't know what's your problem with. He's basically Bruce Lee. He's the Bruce Lee of the franchise, but heck, every fighting game franchise is a Bruce Lee. Liu Kang kills Sub-Zero. Well, yeah, Sub-Zero was making a giant ice bubble, and, you know, Liu Kang took him out with a bucket of water. All he had to do was stop. But I don't know. I mean, hey, what's up, Winter Goes? How you doing? Hey, what's up, James? How you doing? What the hell? Is that even physically possible? A 42. What? How the. That's impossible. You couldn't That's impossible. Have I ever. I'm doing good, Winter Ghost. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing well. Dark Raiden, yay or nay? Well, yeah, a Dark Raiden I thought was fine. Made sense with the story. You went to Universal last week. Well, James, I hope you had a great time. Have I ever smoked? No. No. I mean, I think I went to I don't know how it's pronounced, like a hookah bar, and I tried one puff, but I don't know if that considers smoke. I think that's more vapor. Resident Evil 8 is basically RE4, but shorter, and instead of Leon, Chris, Jill, Sheva, and Sherry, it's Pussy Boy Ethan. Well, I mean, he's just trying to save his daughter. I don't see. Okay, here's the thing. I think, Marcus, I think it's wrong to call Ethan a pussy boy, seeing how what he went through. I think most of us would be like, hell no. This is a normal guy with no training who fought all kinds of craziness and survived. I mean, I don't know about you, but that's pretty badass in my opinion. I mean, you don't have to be a fan of Ian, but to call him a pussy boy, I don't think that's right. I mean, that's like saying Rebecca Chambers is weak. Well, yeah, if you only saw her in Resident Evil 1, yeah, she might be considered weak. But you played Resident Evil 0, and you see all the crazy shit she went through, it's like, Rebecca is not weak. I mean, that girl can handle herself. Although it is a little inconsistent how if you play 0 and you see all the shit she goes through, and then you see her in 1 and she's all freaking out. I was like, hang on, didn't I just play through a whole game of you like killing hundreds of these monsters and you're freaked out because one has you in a corner? I'm like, there's some inconsistencies there. Do I know any songs by Ricky Martin? No. Do you think the next Assassin's Creed will be the last Assassin's Creed game on this generation before the PlayStation 6? Probably. I could see it happening. If not, it'll be a crossplay game, possibly. Ethan had it tough, huh? I would say so. Put it like this. I would say he went through. Okay, put it like this. I don't think any of you could argue that Ethan Winters, in just Resident Evil 8 alone, went through worse things than Chris, Jill, and Leon did in the first two Resident Evil games. If you compare what they went through in those two games, and compared to what Ethan did to one game, just one, I think you would find what Ethan went through was way more impressive. I mean, I challenge you. I challenge you on that. Compare what he went through in 8 to what a bunch of professional soldiers and a cop went through in Resident Evils 1 and 2, and tell me what they went through was harder. Rebecca would be a better choice for Resident Evil 8. I don't think so. Rebecca doesn't seek trouble. Trouble finds her. She's like Claire. It's like Claire can handle herself, but she doesn't actively go towards danger. I saw that Genshi will stop supporting on PlayStation 4 by September this year. Makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense. Resident Evil 8 is alright. At least it's its own thing for at least a horror aspect rather than judge it by Resident Evil perspective. I agree. It's fine on its own. And I didn't regret playing it. Mia's too powerful for Chris and Jill. What's a game you want remastered? Oh god, there's a long list of games I want remastered. Just remastered? Easy. Top of the list, Need for Speed Most Wanted. I've seen what that would. I think I've shown you what that looks like. I think I showed all of you guys like a week ago, like a few weeks ago, of like what the hell it would look like. And I'd be like, I would so pay $80 to play that. Like, don't change any of the tracks. Don't change the city. Don't update it. Just render it in current gen graphics, repackage it, and sell it. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I've shown this one. I mean, that looks... I mean, don't tell me you wouldn't want to play that. I mean, and that's Most Wanted, 2005. Yeah, just remaster it. Don't even have to update the soundtrack. You're damn right. You're damn right I want that remastered. Damn right. But maybe should have had Claire. Okay, no, we just used Claire in Revelations. We don't need to use Claire again. If they make Resident Evil 9, but it's third person. Okay, no, James. You probably didn't pay attention. They already announced that you have the option for both. You can either play it in third or play it in first person. You have the option. And that's all I asked for. So I might give it a try. So Tommy Oliver Power Ranger will be in Fortnite now. I thought the Power Rangers were already in Fortnite. That sounds like something they would have done a long time ago. Is anybody not in Fortnite? Like, I'm shocked their Kardashians aren't in Fortnite anymore. Man, would that be funny. I don't even play Fortnite, and I would see that. I would pay to see that. I mean, they got, like, all kinds of weird people. Chris and Code Veronica would do better. Chris and Code Veronica would do better? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Snake is in Fortnite. Yeah, I know Snake's in Fortnite. Maybe one day you'll be in Fortnite. This should be... Sweet. I like both cooler. Play first Wind Fighter. One hand through it. Alright, we got 14 more minutes to go, so... Heck, sure, maybe I'll be in Fortnite one day. Heck, even though I wouldn't play it, but, you know, anybody could be in Fortnite. I would be surprised if people are still, like, obsessing over Fortnite, like, 5 years from now. I would definitely be surprised. Like, I don't know, when the hell did that game even come out? When did Fortnite release? Okay, Like, that game is almost 10 years old. That game came out July 21st, 2017. So, like, it's an 8-year-old game. It's funny to see people on Xbox play Kratos and Master Chief on PlayStation. No, it's not unusual. That doesn't surprise me. I think we're getting ever close to a time where there won't be exclusives anymore. I mean, we're already testing out that practice. Like I'm telling you, I believe Halo will be announced. I don't think it'll come out this year. But once you announce Halo on PlayStation, I mean, what's the point? I mean, are people gonna buy it for PlayStation? Yes. Well, I don't need to because I already have it on PC, so I don't need to. But like once you're in that department, I mean, you are an interesting time. Like, I mean, just imagine. Back in the 90s, you never would have believed that one day you'd be able to play Sonic on a Nintendo console. And now that's normal. You're probably right, Chilex, but heck, the whole point of companies is to make money. I mean, entertaining's number two, making money is number one. So they'll do anything they can to make the most money. But that's every company. What's a game you don't understand why people love so much? Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't understand it. I played that game for an hour and I was bored to shit. And from what I can tell, the story isn't even all that great, so I don't get it. Also, if Eden didn't have his mold abilities, he would be crippled and dead before he could rescue his daughter. I still don't even fully understand that, but okay, I'll take your word for it. Has Assassin's Creed delved into BC times? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Origins was definitely. Yeah. Yeah, Origins was definitely BC. Absolutely. Well, yeah. Yeah, that was during the beginning of the Roman Empire. That was definitely before Jesus. So, yeah, Origins and Odyssey 100% are in the BC era. Absolutely. So, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, no, 100%, Jux. It's already been done, and those are like two of my favorite Assassin's Creed games. So, was Ocelot emotional, unavailable as a character trait? I wouldn't say that. Not in his younger or older years. No. He was just a very complex man. Least favorite Power Ranger antagonist? Least favorite? Well, I don't know because I haven't seen all the Power Ranger seasons, but from just the ones that I can remember, who did I was not impressed with? That's tough. Maybe the Machine Empire. Yeah, I wasn't really all that impressed with them. Why can't you give Black Flag a 10 out of 10? It doesn't deserve a 10. I mean, some of the maneuvering around is still glitchy as hell. The story is really good at points, but it's still got problems. Edward isn't given enough time to really develop to the character I think he's gonna be. Some of the combat is still flunky as hair. Some of the naval aspects aren't entirely fleshed out. I mean, they're better than what they were in 3, but that's not a 10 out of 10 game. That's that's like an 8.5 or a 9. That still makes it my favorite Assassin's Creed game of all time, but it's not a 10. It doesn't need to be a 10. Like, trust me, a 10 out of 10 is, like, really hard. Really hard. That's the problem. Like, I think I've said it 100 times. The difference between a 9.5 or a 10 is that a 10 never needs to change. If I play your game and I still feel that, heck, maybe this can be better, this can be better, this can be better, this can be better, you can improve this, you can shorten this, it's not a 10 out of 10. The highest you could be is a 9.5. And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of games are like that. Most games are like that. Very few times have I played a game that I like so much that I know that if I live long enough to play this game 10 years from now, I'm going to enjoy it now just as much as I did when I played it the first time. I mean, that's why games like Resident Evil 4 and Dead Space and Astro Bot and Metal Gear Solid 3 and 4 and Kingdom Hearts 2, those are very rare games. I enjoy them now just as much as I did when I first played them when I was in high school as a teenager. That's incredibly rare. And trust me, I've played hundreds of games over 30 years. And to think there are less than 20 games I feel that way. I mean, that's a very elite list. Sony is doing an animated R-rated Venom reboot. I haven't heard that, but alright. Also, you played Resident Evil 7, and you would say it is by far the worst Resident Evil game I've ever played. Heck, people thought it brought Resident Evil back to its horror roots. That's what people said. I mean, I'm glad they had fun. I don't know if I already said this, but would Assassin's Creed games set during 100 Years' War work? I guess. I mean, 1337 to 1457, 53. I mean, a conflict between France and England? Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, you probably could place the game in that time frame. I don't see anything wrong. So, Queen from Persona 5 and Cora Harper, which one would I like to hang out with? Probably Queen, because we'd be in Tokyo, and there's so much shit to do in Tokyo. I mean, if I was hanging out on the Tempest with Cora, I mean, what else? What could we do? I mean, I think Cora's like an intellectual love interest, but like in terms of fun activities, no, you definitely go with Queen. I mean, there's so much shit to do in Tokyo, Japan. I mean, there's a lot of things to do with her. So, yeah, I just think it's less to do with the person and more the location. Maybe in Gundam's 1 Year War. So I would say you wouldn't watch MCU anymore. I haven't. I literally have not. The last MCU film that I have ever seen was Infinity War. I didn't need to watch Endgame. I have not watched an MCU film since. And according to the box office, a lot of people have checked out. Most people have checked out. They've been burnt out and are done with MCU films. Like, trust me, I highly doubt, like, I don't even think the next two Avengers, they won't do the numbers that Infinity War and Endgame are gonna do. I mean, I don't even know what the story is, but from what I've seen with the cast, this thing is gonna, like, whatever they're doing in Doomsday is going to be a fucking mess. Like there's like they've announced like 40 characters that we know about. They're just gonna be glorified cameos, and that was a problem I had with Wolverine and Deadpool. How there was a lot of cameos, but they were just in the background, or they didn't do it, or they were there just to get killed off. Like, I mean, that's the problem when you have all these cameos. It's like you don't ever have enough time to fully develop someone. So they're just there to get killed. And so why should I care? Great versus matchup. Thanks, Wing Zero. Thank you. Appreciate it. Is there any female Assassin's Creed character you like as a crush? Wait, Assassin's Creed character? No, nothing I can think off the top of my head. 3 Wars, Infinity 1, Year 1. Yeah. Have I seen Yu Yu Hakusho? Yeah. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. I think the Dark Tournament is definitely my favorite arc. I think my favorite character is Kuwabara. Although Hiei is pretty cool too. I think Toguro, although I do think he's a little bit overrated. I think he's a little overrated. Yeah, Blade, the real Blade. Yeah, I know, I didn't see that coming. Those people who said that Resident Evil 4 brought Resident Evil back to its horror roots are delusional. I mean, that's what they were saying. Not to mention the MCU movies that have been in development for like 5 years. What movie is that? Why did Volgan say Kuwabara? I think that's a callback to something else. I don't know exactly what that's from, but I think that was like a callback. Kojima's good at that kind of stuff. If they announced a futuristic Assassin's Creed game, would that make me pissed? No. But I don't see a point. I don't think you could set an Assassin's Creed game in the future. I mean, think about this. If technology is so advanced, why do you need assassins? Why would you ever need to assassinate someone in person? You could just use a drone and blow them up. I mean, who cares? I mean, we got nuclear bombs and stuff. We got guns. No one uses knives anymore. Why? Why use a hidden blade when you could just use some sort of like hologram or a virus or something? I forget, Volgan in Metal Gear Solid 3 was on fire. That was different. That was weird. Blade, they have been through multiple writers, multiple directors. When the original writer was shocked then how difficult the writing team would have had it. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna... Oh, Blade? I don't think that film will ever get made at this point. What's the point? What's the point? And here's the thing. Blade is a purely rated R character. You cannot do Blade PG-13. Like, he's like the Punisher. Like, you could never... I don't think, I've heard, like, the Punisher's gonna be, like, in the next Spider-Man movie. Like, what do you do? All this guy does is kill. He doesn't knock out. He doesn't disarm. He just shoots people in the head and murders people. How the hell do you make that PG-13? And as far as I'm concerned, all the attempts of bringing him to the big screen have all been rated R. He is a pure rated R character. There's nothing you can do about that. Have I watched Sinners? No, I have not. But that's going to do it for this stream. I want to thank all of you guys for stopping by. And remember, if you guys have any more ideas for video ideas, just make sure to leave a comment in any of my videos, and I will try to get it as soon as I can, as well as give you a shout out. And like always, I want to thank you guys for joining me in the stream. You guys are awesome, and I will be sure to catch you all next week. So, until then.